I'm sure we're live. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, mic check, 1, 2. Hello,
Oh,
probably.
fuck.
Oh yeah,
Ah! Over there.
yeah. We're live.
Oh, no.
We are live.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, we're live.
We are live. I see it's being live. Hello, liveness.
We're live.
Live
We're
and late
live.
as fuck as usual. Hey, sorry, I was late to the stream. Everyone else was on time. I wandered in, day late, dollar short, and fully prepared for this game that I'm sure will be very easy to run. Hi, I am Lee McHugh, your DM for this session of the Expanse, a TTRPG that I have fully read the rulebook of and know exactly how to play, know what all the rules mean. I'm sure this will teach. I will be teaching everybody how to play during the session. Oh, someone writing there. Someone doing a fun message. Okay, Leon's typing. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. We'll probably do a bit of easy stuff to start with, just the introductions. Then we might move into the first section of the adventure, as is my usual idea. Now, one of my childs has just burst into the room and growled at me. Oh, he's not doing anything. That's fine. So yeah, Leon. Oh, there it is. See, told you he exists.
I exist.
I think that's a hologram.
Dude, you could have just said that to me. You have to type it to me, man. It's okay. Like, we're not professional. Like,
The amount of time it took it to write that, you could have literally just said it like that.
Like, no one's watching. It's fine. Anyway.
I think the
Yeah, you think, what? So what did I put in? I just put the word I put expanse. I don't know what it means. So I was like, oh, that's a word.
I think you put in a I'm not sure. It's like a game called called just Expanse.
Well, you know what? That's what we're playing, right? I tried the Expanse RPG.
there we
Wasn't
go.
there, right? So we're getting this. It was this
thing.
or the teaser. If you want, I'll put hot tub stream. Right? That's
Please
your options.
don't.
We could just play Duskers. That's free on Epic right now.
It doesn't look like
Space game.
Expanse has a lot of followers.
It does not.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll only get the good ones in then.
It's only like, man, this is just more content. It's just a replay game. I'm sure I'll work it out eventually. Anyway, so yeah, we've all got characters whose names I won't remember. Leon, who are you playing tonight?
I'm going to be playing Teddy Theodore Sutherland. He is an upper class dilettante male coming from Earth. Has lived his life throughout Earth, never having to really worry about expenses or ever having to wonder if his air or his water or his food is gonna just disappear in the next day. Lived a very privileged life, and at some point he was decided to start traveling before going to a medical school back home on Earth, and then just decided to keep on traveling out of the pleasure of traveling more than anything else. And up to this point, Teddy has seen a lot of the world, but is still quite naive to other people's struggles within the belt in particular.
Interesting. What? Just so I can build a mental picture of this. Teddy, is he aware of his wealth? Does he dress like a rich traveller, or does he attempt to blend in? Does he bought like kind of belter clothes? Is he attempted in any way, or is he just like, look at all my watches?
He tries to dress noticeably like a belter kind of thing, but it's noticeably very still expensive clothes that he may have
It's not worn at all. It's not patched up.
not worn. If anything, he might have bought it the day before, and if it gets dirty, he might just throw away kind of thing. That's just how he was, how he grew up, and that's how he learned. If it gets too dirty, you don't wash it, you throw it away kind of thing.
Well, it's
that's just
back at home. Once he threw it on the floor, and then it would come back and it would be nice and clean. So he assumed it was new because it came back perfect. So well, that's what happens.
He also wants to wear things for he wants to be liked by belters. So he'll wear T-shirts saying remember the can't or something like that.
Jesus,
You know?
that's a hell of a thing.
OPA.
Yeah.
Heart.
Oh my god.
I stand with the OPA. So stuff like that. It's just totally just.
Just to explain that slightly to people that have never watched The Expanse. Remember the can. It would be like, for example, if I was just being like wearing a T-shirt that said "Remember the Holocaust." Like, yeah, maybe don't. You know,
Oh my
maybe you're
God.
not the guy to be wearing that guy. You know.
Yeah.
If anybody ever wore that T-shirt, I would shoot them.
I mean, okay, but just as I said,
He's,
he is tone deaf, is what you're saying. He means well, but
means well, very
He
tone
means
deaf.
remember in a
That's
remembrance kind of
terrible.
way.
yeah.
In a morning kind of way. Not in a yay! kind of way.
no,
There's a lot of
yay!
pictures of him wearing the "Remember the Can" T-shirt, but doing this.
Yeah.
Remember the Holocaust. Oh dear God.
It's like when you see people like doing like really like duck face at like war memorials. You're like,
Oh yeah.
so you don't know what that's about,
yeah.
then, do you? Oh, okay. You just don't, you see really really upset people that live. No, we're not going to go. That's a different podcast. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's given me an interesting background of your character. I actually quite enjoyed that, Leon. Logan, can you match that level of intensity? Tell us about your character.
So my wee guy is called Rocco Sparkle. That sounds like a dodgy boxer to me, but
Rocco Sparkle. He gets knocked out in all his
he's
fights.
he's a belter who is also an outsider, and he's a bohemian who's a survivalist.
Mm.
So he keeps to himself, but still has his own village, I guess.
Just to give a bit of background on how this game works, a Bohemian is his background, so he was raised Bohemian, but it looks like during his life he's kind of changed into more of the survivalist aspect of it. So it could have been that the Bohemian colony maybe didn't have enough technicians or repair people, and he kind of moved into that, or just seeing how they lived and maybe didn't agree. But he does have like an artistic side to him. And what would you say? Give us a description and what your head does he look like? Is he just you, but like with like a spaceship thing going on, or a lot of my
I
characters
don't
are
know
me.
why, but it looks like Bob Odenkirk with a big duster jacket on.
Interesting. Okay, I'm into that, yeah. Bob Odenkirk is Better Call Saul, to people that don't know. So you're a balding middle-aged man. Interesting.
Yeah.
But also, very badass in that movie. What was that one called that he was playing a badass?
Nobody.
Nobody. Great, by the way.
Oh, that was a weird film.
Oh, did you not like it? Oh, it was
love that.
great. It was.
Crystal
It-
Lloyd
it was
in
odd.
as well.
I think that he put so much effort into that. He clearly done some training and movement in that
Aye.
because,
Aye.
like, he wasn't. It wasn't like when Liam Neeson was like in Taken 2. Yes.
Fun fact: he was training before he even got the role. So he was like training like 6 months earlier than before even getting the role. Just so you know.
So for that movie that we're not playing, there's some more fun facts, right? But yeah, I thought he did very well, and I enjoyed it very much. And his dad was Christopher Lloyd, which was weird. And Christopher Lloyd's a badass in it as well, which is weird because he's
Yeah.
real old. Okay,
It's so badass.
he is a badass. He has a shotgun. He's cool. We're going to talk about that in a different podcast actually, because Minnie clearly has opinions on it, and I want to know what they are.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It was just weird. Not,
Minnie, tell us a bit about your character, please.
my character is Tess Itohe, who is a ship designer working out of Ceres. Everyone knows what Ceres is, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Tell us.
The largest body in the inner like asteroid belt is called Ceres. It is a very important location in the Expanse.
What?
No recollection of this whatsoever. Don't believe you. It's definitely not called that.
Ceres.
Lies. She speaks lies.
This is the worst
Anyway,
thing. I have read
anyway.
several of the Expanse books and have no memory of this whatsoever.
I think that Eros is larger than Ceres.
No,
Ceres.
Eros is not larger than Ceres.
No.
I know this. I can point you to facts if you like.
Is
Yeah,
Eros
you're
the
not
one
being
one, I think.
that has the issue with the proto-molecule? Is that the one that happens on Eros? Is that there, or is that somewhere
Yeah,
else? Right,
Eros
okay.
is
Yeah.
that one.
That is an interesting thing. We will not touch that in this game at all. Go watch The Expanse.
No. Yeah.
You've
Very
lost me,
describe.
Rachel, here.
If you watch the first season of Expanse, all will be explained. I will give you
Yeah.
the proto-molecule is something that the whole book series and TV series kind of revolves around, but also goes off and does other things. And
There's
then,
other stuff as well.
yeah, but it makes weird things happen. It's cool. You should watch it. It's very.
You should totally watch it.
It's
yeah.
really sci-fi. It's like it's none of this like it's like this is just it's proper like there's some sci-fi for you. Unknowable aliens. Like what they do? I don't know. It's unknowable. Why would you? I just said unknowable. What do they do? Unknowable stuff. Like their intelligence is something we cannot comprehend. What does your character look like, Minnie?
My character, being a belter, is remarkably tall.
Mm-hmm.
She looks slightly less scruffy than most of the belters look, because she's like middle class and has her own ship designing business.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I hadn't really thought what she looks like.
It's fine. It's not massively important. It's just the reason I've done this what they look like thing is because Rachel's got a particular feat that I want her to have to describe. So, Rachel, describe what's your character's name? What do they do?
My character is called Bex. She is a pilot.
Okay,
and she looks like
on a scale of 1 to 10, what is she?
Oh, she's a 10.
She's a 10. That's right.
Oh my god.
She is a 10.
That's right. Rachel has the feat attractive. So when she walks into a room, people go, "Holy fuck!" Oh. And she's got.
Do people do that thing where they got the drink to their mouth and they go, "Oh"?
Yeah.
You just stop right there.
You know, like they fix their glass, they take their glasses off and clean them in order to see her better. I go, "Oh my goodness." Oh.
If they're a wolf, their eyes go, and their heart goes.
Yeah, but like, now tell us about your character now. That's.
Yeah, apart from being really attractive,
she has.
Oh, I see. That's a joke. I see.
It didn't work.
I don't get it.
He's saying you're very attractive, Rachel. He's being.
It didn't work. Let's move on. That's.
Thanks, but I didn't get it. I'm dumb if you can't tell.
It's fine.
Rachel went, no, thank you. That's the end of that.
Okay, my character has light blonde. Light purple hair. She wears because she's a pilot, so she wears like a pilot outfit, like the leather jacket and all that sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a really fucking happy person.
Some might say ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a very, very happy person.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be a challenge.
Rachel, you've been nothing but happy the whole time they've had you playing games with us. Happiest when you're murdering innocent civilians, but you know.
That's my next.
That's unfair.
I'm only joking. It's a mean thing to say. We're all equally good at doing everything all the time.
Killing civilians.
Killing civilians. We all at some point have killed civilians because we got confused as to what was going on.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
That's all we say to civilians. I'm just testing my sword. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm just going to try out my magic.
If you're in front
try
of
out
me.
this firebolt.
I'm going to swing my sword like this. If anyone walks in the way, that's their fault. Anyway, yeah, cool. So, just to give you a bit of information, I'm going to read the first paragraph of the introduction. This is what we're going to play as Cupbearer. Now, I know if anyone's watching on Twitch or later on YouTube, it says Abzu's Bounty. That's because that's the only bit of artwork for the one-shots I could find. And I was going to run that one. And I read, I was like, I prefer the other one. So, we're actually playing Cupbearer. The introduction is 3 paragraphs long. I'm not reading it all because it gives away pretty much the entire plot, so I'm not going to do that. But Kai Daldanis' family owns controlling interest in Amalethea Ambrosials Inc., a company specialising in supplying fine food and drink to a fairly exclusive clientele in the Belt and Outer Planets. They primarily import luxury items from Earth and Mars, as well as producing and distributing high-end goods outside of the Inner Planets. Entirely uninterested in the family business or his abusive family, for that matter, Kai left their home on Titan and eventually found his way to Ganymede. And this is where our characters come in. By the way, just a side note, Scott was meant to be here. He's not. We assume he's fell asleep. He's a tired boy. He works very hard. He might be here next week, and it's just gonna be one of those situations where he was over there the whole time. Because I'm not writing that stuff in. So we will first zoom in on Leon's character Teddy. It's early morning. As much as it can, I guess they still use the 24. This always confused me. The 24-hour clock, but in space. So
Yeah.
how does that work? We're just going to assume it's early. I'm going to say it's about 9, 10 in the morning. Do you think Teddy would be up at this point?
Teddy would be up at this point. Going along, I'm tempted to continue the noodle dog thing, but I won't. I won't do that for now.
The through line of all of our games for future is the noodle dog.
Now you've said it. I'm sorry, but it's coming up somewhere.
That's the friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well.
I would say
He
We
goes
got a
through,
fish kebab.
he goes through to his like would he be where would Teddy be right now kind of thing? Would he have like his own like flat, or like what would he be able to like have?
well.
You'd work at a
I
noodle
would say
dog
that
shop.
you are of the upper class. You have means. Now, as a traveller, there are places you could stay. There is low, medium, and upper class place. It depends how Teddy. I would say you have access to all three of these. It is entirely up to you. You could have rented an apartment. You could be living somewhere for a short amount of time. You could be just moving place to place and changing your accommodation on a daily basis. What do you think Teddy would do?
I think it would be staying with a family friend, like sleeping on like their guest
like
bedroom.
like in the pool house kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, either like they're living there or they're not. You know, like maybe like the people that own the place just go there like during the summer or the winter or that kind of thing.
It makes absolute sense. Yeah, rich people often have multiple homes, and like they would give the homes to like the children of family, friends, and whatnot for like whatever length of time. Rich people are known to do that kind of bullshit because
And
they're rich assholes.
he wakes up kind of thing, kind of leaves his bed because he knows that a robot will do it for him later on anyway.
By the way, there's
goes
no
through-
robot. It is a person that comes in and does it.
Oh,
Person
okay.
called Jean, right? An elderly belter lady. He just thinks it's a robot.
Oh,
Jean,
Okay, she's here.
could you help me with my Actually, no, I'll make my bed. It's fine. Let's go. I got it. Do you want a cup of tea or a coffee or something?
She looks surprised at you, and then she says something in a string of kind of like vowels and noises. How could your belter?
Oh, not that great kind of thing. I pick up on like keywords as if like you're just learning belter, but to like an Earth like ear, I don't think anyone would like an Earth.
What you basically
person
take
will
from
never
this
pick it up.
is that she seems nervous of what you're doing, but she politely declines, and it says that she'll return once you've moved on, and she'll bring the house back to normality. But she thanks you a lot, almost like she's like, I need to get out of here, and then she leaves. What I will say is that you.
I'll ask her to before she leaves. Jean. Sorry. I just was meaning to ask you. I was wanting to go down to the promenade and just check out, some local like belter food. Is there anywhere that you would maybe suggest? Food, good foods.
I hope you start shouting at us. Good food!
Oh.
Food that is good! Food!
Food!
And she's like,
Good.
she nods, and she gives you the name of 3 restaurants that you've actually seen on the promenade. You would know them as like expensive places. This is not where belters would go for food. If you're like socially aware, like you've passed them by, and they're kind of the price range that are out with you. This is maybe somewhere where a belter would maybe go once in their life for a meal if they had like got made up a certain amount of money. If you're asking for specific belter places, would you want to keep
I say to I recognize this right away. Like, no, not the, the usual touristy places. Like the real places. That like belters go to. They'll have it like drink. Like real belter
He wants
food.
to live like the common people.
She-
I want to live like a commoner for a day.
She looks at you like for a while. 30 seconds go by. And then another 30 seconds go by, and she kind of looks at you and she's like, she explains to you, and again, and kind of from what you take from it is that the places that you're thinking of are not for you, not the way you are, unless you have a guide. And she looks at the way you're dressed, and then you look at the way she's dressed. Now she's wearing almost like a kind of work uniform that she's been provided with, but even that's like worn and kind of like it's clearly been stained and cleaned and stained and cleaned and repaired. And then you look at what you're wearing, and yours looks brand new, like out the packet new. And she was like, stick to the places that are well patrolled. People like you go missing or get ransomed. But she seems like kind of shocked that you're asking this. But she does not want to be party to anything happening to you. And she makes some excuses now. She is trying to leave. Are you going to try and keep her there?
No, I
Okay.
let her go.
Okay, she kind of scurries out the room and like she goes and busies herself in the kind of like the other parts of the house, like cleaning things. You hear occasional like Hoover noises and whatnot. Yeah. Now, as this has happened, I'm going to say you have some kind of communications devices. I'm not sure what they're called in the Expanse, so let's just say your tablet device.
Blackberries.
What are they called, mate?
Blackberries.
Blackberries. In the future, we all use Blackberries. They all come back.
We all use a piece of clear plastic that has writing on it, apparently.
I do actually. I vaguely remember from the TV show or the book. It's effectively just like a connection device to the local network. That's what it is. It's like there's no technology in it whatsoever. It's like this connects to that, and that's where it comes from.
Yeah, it's a screen, essentially.
Yeah, so I forget what it's called though, but it does exist,
Yeah.
and it's displaying that you have a message.
I look at it and I find I recognise the contact info.
Okay. You do indeed. You recognise the contract info. It is coming from a family friend. It's the Dananis family. It's the patriarch of the family, and he sent out a message, and it's just saying that his son has gone missing, and he's getting together some people to go and pick him up. He knows he's in Ganymede. And he references a couple of times that you and his son spent some time together growing up. There was a few holidays together. There was some time in some boarding schools together. Maybe some kind of like later on in life you would have met at various parties and stuff. So you know the guy, you're friendly with him. And he just says that he's put a team together, but he wants to have somebody that understands the upper class. There'll be some other people with him. You're in command unofficially. Just keep an eye on them and make sure they don't hurt the boy. He'd heard that you're kind of travelling out there from your family, and just would like you to just maybe help him out. And if he does, you make sure that you've got accommodation anywhere, travelling anywhere you want to go, in case your parents maybe don't want to fund your lifestyle, your travels for much longer.
Can I ask what the son's name is?
The son is Kai Dardanis.
Kai.
Kai, and then Dardanis is Dardanis, which I just noticed there. It's Dardanis is his name. I'm going to pronounce that as Dardanis. That is the letter, or the email, should I say, the text is from the desk of the father. It appears to be like dictated to some kind of underling. And it is long. It's got lots of language. I asked about his family and that, but I'm not good at art. I'm not going to go through all that bullshit.
What is Kai's father's name?
I was hoping you were going to ask me that because I can't remember. I have to look it up. He does have a name.
I'm assuming it's Abzu.
No, Abzu. That's a different thing, mate.
Okay. I'll just call him Mr.
Yeah, just Mr. Dardanis is
Dardanis.
fine now. I will find it for you at some point. I can find the name of everyone else, but weirdly, it doesn't appear to have that. I'm sure it'll pop up later on in these things.
Uh,
Actually,
I-
go ahead, Nick.
I'll message back to him quite quickly saying I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm more than happy to help. And then I realised after what I've just messaged and that he'll probably say something to my father. I'll say, please don't say anything to my parents. It'll just make them worry. And I send it. And I'll wait for a reply.
That's fine. The father's name is Theo Dardanus.
Theo.
I skipped to the epilogue and managed to find that. Yeah, so only place I can find it mentioned once in the whole thing. But yeah, so Theo, you've met him before. He was an associate of your father. You remember that he would provide a lot of the finery for the parts, all the kind of fancy wines, all the kind of fancy foods. You alright, Logan? You watching stuff over here? Just gonna affect my mic, man. Logan. 1 second, I have to talk to my son. Logan. Can't watch it for you, that'll affect my.
I think
my mic.
it's
Sorry,
turn
Logan.
around and make some
Logan.
like
Ran from
coffee
YouTube.
in like
Yeah,
this
someone watch
very
Netflix then?
overly
Right, go to your
expensive
mum,
like
she deal with Logan.
with
You can't
like
come
one of
here
those
now,
like
okay?
coffee machines that you find in like a proper like a coffee house, you know, that like an industrial thing.
Industrial coffee rigger.
But for some reason, it still uses those little tiny, really wasteful pods.
Yeah.
That's ideally what you want, isn't it? Yeah, just like the kind of like the little coffee pods. A lot of plastic that has to get used. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's genius move.
I wake up kind of thing, and I think, do I have time to go down and grab something to eat before?
What I'll say is that the email did provide details for you. It was a docking bay that they want you to go to and what time that you want to go there. You have to arrive there. And it did also say that your pilot's name will be Bex, which is a name you recognise because that pilot has flown you places before. If it's the same Bex. And the ship is called the Somalia.
I'll text Theo, Mr. Dardanus. Am I allowed to put a crew together, or have you already selected them?
A few moments pass, and the reply comes back. Mr. Dardanus is at the office. A crew has been put together for you. You're merely there to oversee and assist in any way you can, and do your best to make sure Kai is returned safely and I hesitate to use unharmed, but with as little harm as possible. Because, Theo's not stupid. This guy's ran away. You might have to bop him on the nose. But, he didn't write that. But the wording is very much like alive, but there's different degrees of alive. Right? So,
There's an implication there.
He'll be fine.
Hey, he's got arms, he's got legs, he can talk. Medical technology is pretty good in the 23rd century. We can get a lot of stuff done here. It'll be fine. So, as long as his head's intact.
He can still wiggle his toes, he's okay.
So that happens. You get all the information. You have a docking bay number. Now we will cut across to Rocco. Rocco, where are you? Where would Rocco spend his time?
I'd say he'd be probably one of the Belter cafes or something.
One of the Belter cafes that Teddy would love to go to is where Rocco is. Right? There is. It smells wonderful. There's like a cooking section. It's like got stools at the bar. There's like lots of tables. There's booths. It's effectively like a greasy spoon. It's been like cut into the rock at some point in the last decade or more. There's a lot of kind of
fairly new.
Yeah. So fairly new with these things. The furniture's been probably taken from somewhere else. It is battered. It is rickety. But the clientele look pretty rough. They look like they would maybe stab you if you bumped into them. So Rocco feels right at home. You're eating your first meal of the day.
Space kebab.
Space kebab, yes. Like, it's got meat in it, but just don't ask what kind of meat. Meat.
It's
Unspecific
got
meat.
meat. Algae paste.
Yeah. Meat-like substance is what it has. So yeah, you're sitting there. You've had you're known here. People know your name. You come in sometimes, and you get a little flashing message on your tablet device. It's much the same as the one that Teddy got, however, without all the flowery language. It's effectively, I have a job for you. I've heard that you're looking to make some money, and I need you to find someone. If you can find them, I'll give you more information on the person you're looking for.
That I'm looking for.
Your character, basically, you had some damage done to your outpost, and somebody sold you some faulty equipment, and you're looking for them. And you're the trailer, and you got very close to finding them. They got away, and now you're short in credits. It's quite hard to get off this list. Now somebody's offering you funding and a way to chase them. You can get what you owed. If you do a little job for them first.
A message back, just tell me when and where.
You see the bay number. You're told that you'll be working with 3 other people, possibly 4. The pilot is Bex, and it's a name you recognise. Remember, it's a good-looking pilot who just lights up a room when she walks in with a cape. Constantly flourishing the cape. She's ferried you around a few times. You've seen her working on various different ships. She's freelance, but yeah, you recognise the name. The ship name you don't recognise is the Somalia, and it says the job is on Ganymede. You'll be looking for Kai Dardanis, and that's his last known location. And further information will be provided on acceptance of the job when you arrive at the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to do?
I've just got a quick question. What was the thing see the person I'm looking for? What did they do again?
Don't worry, it's meaningless backstory, but basically somebody stole something. Basically somebody sold you some dodgy equipment. And if we come back to this in future, I might write something for it, because I quite like the idea of you hunting somebody down and fucking them up.
That's kind of cool,
yeah. It's to give your character drive.
No,
what's that, mate?
I've got no other questions, that's all I need.
Absolutely fine. So yeah, you finish your breakfast kebab, and you get a noodle dog, and then you leave.
Say bye-bye to Deirdre, the waitress.
Okay. She says something in Belter, which you understand completely, and you reply to her in Belter. A language I don't speak and don't want to pretend I speak, because as we tried it earlier on, it sounds kind of racist when we do it, even though it's not real. So, I'll maybe get some phrases if we do this more.
I suppose it is possible that, sorry to
go in for a minute,
interrupt, but it is possible that the Blade Runner games and the Expanse could exist, that these 2 games could exist in the same world.
I actually had this exact thought, mate.
Apart from the replicants, yeah.
Apart from what?
Apart from there aren't any replicants here.
I mean, I could force most things into this if I wanted, and I'm pretty sure I could stick Alien in this as well if I really wanted to. Why not?
You can do anything.
Because I am the GM. I just mash it all together. Does it make sense? No. Who cares?
It's a noodle dog. It has everything.
A red kibble dog, I'll have you know.
So with that, yeah, you you finish off and you're going to head down at the appropriate time. Money. Whose character's called? Is it Tahis or this?
It's Hiss.
Hiss.
I thought it was Piss at first, and I wasn't too sure, so I wrote down.
I thought it was Hiss.
Well, it's any of those things, it's Tiss.
Spelled
Tis.
This, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tiss, there you go. Is there a hyphen or is it just This?
No, it's just Tiss.
Yes, there you go. Anyway, where are we going with this? Right, so, Tess. What is your morning routine? What is Tess doing? Where's Tess staying? Is this where Tess?
But where are we right now?
I'll say that it doesn't actually give a specific location, so wherever you want it to be is where it is. I will say that this is one of the larger ports.
Well, series makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be like the major series bits, and then it could be like my outline factors, maybe the designs are done, something like that.
Well, then I guess in the morning I'd be at my shop.
Mhm.
Well, my office, I guess you'd call it, but shop office. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoffice.
Just looking through what contracts I've got on the go,
Mhm.
what commissions I've got, and seeing where we are with things, and talking to my mechanics, and seeing how things are going in general.
Absolutely works for me. Okay. So as you're doing this, you're just doing your normal things, your morning fluid intake, coffee, I assume, or whatever it is they drink in the
It's
future.
coffee. Is what's it? Alqua Caca?
Yes, it definitely is that.
Basically,
You drink
basically
caca. That's the thing now.
yeah. Well, yeah. The translation would literally be shit water.
I figured so. Yeah. Cool. That. Yeah. So, um,
Get out of the way.
and you get a message which flags up important, and it is from Theodore Danis, somebody who you've heard of. You've been kind of invited to parties in the past when they want to show off, like when the companies want to show off like how clever their people are and look at the clever things that they do, and they've kind of forced you to go to these kind of these fancy do's where you've got to explain to rich people how drives work, how ships work, how they fly, how they stay in space, how they don't blow up. You've also had to do tutoring for their kids when they're struggling with their studies. And this is probably how you've met Kai. At some point during his studies, he was either a flight of fancy or because he was taking the courses, they need to bring you in because you are very good at all this kind of thing. And you taught him for a few months or weeks. And that's how you know Theo. And basically saying, "Look, I would very much like you to find my son. I want a face that he would trust, someone that he respects or knows as an adult, as a mature, trustworthy person. And also the ship that they'll be flying on is the Somalia, which you'll recognise. It is a ship that you designed early in your career. It was, when you were making a name for yourself and you're making kind of unusual ships to get the notice of the bigger companies. And this is actually one that put you on the map because it was quite an interesting way to be designed. It's run into some troubles recently. It's been in service for. What age would you say your character is, Minnie?
Should probably be about the same age I am, so maybe a little bit younger, but
Okay, so I'll say
late
that you
30s,
designed it like
40s.
literally when you were starting out. So maybe when you were about 20, 21. So it's
Right.
a decade and a half old after it's been constructed and everything, and it's designed to last for a long time. But there's been a few issues recently, and they just want somebody who understands it. You can do some work on it as as it's flying, and you can maybe report back to them on what kind of repairs it needs or how it would be retrofitted and how they could maybe do some more interesting things with it. It's treated, you've heard, as almost like a kind of display piece, almost like a talking point. Oh, I own the Somalia, and it's one of those kind of things. An oddity, a curiosity, one of those kind of things. It piques your interest. Like you've got a little model of it, and you've thought from time to time, what's it doing?
Yeah, don't usually get to make fully like custom ships. Mostly just refitting stuff and that. But this one was
This one means something to you. You've got a special place. It says that your pilot will be Bex, and you recognise the name Bex. She's flown you places. She's incredibly good looking. I'm going to bring it up.
For an earther.
What does that one mean?
For an earther.
Oh, for an earther. I thought it was like flirter. I thought it was like she's a flirter.
Oh.
Hello. But yeah, she's freelance pilot. You've seen her around, and you're quite glad that the ship's in her hands. So you're quite happy to take on the contract. It gives you a time and place and a ship and a docking bay and all that kind of stuff, and want it to be there. What are you doing with your shop in the meantime? Do you have trusted people to work there, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, I think I've got like what my main assistant is here, and passing over, like going, "Oh shit! look!" with my phone thing.
Yeah, with my weird device that connects to things somehow and is always charged. And like they seem quite excited. They've heard you talk about the ship, and everyone's kind of heard of this ship. And again, it's like they're like, "Oh my god, you get to go back and see the like where you started. It's amazing." They're all quite happy for you, and you've got lots of people around you that you trust to run the shop. All the works at this stage, you just more do the design things and keep the place running. But you can leave for a few days or a week or two at a time, and the place will still run. So yeah, you do what you need to do, and you head off.
Right.
And that brings us to Rashad, to Bex, whose name I forgot, even though I've tried to say it every time we've got memories, so I can try and remember your names.
It's 3 letters, Lee.
It's
three
and
letters.
it's got an X in it. All these are Teddy, Rocco, Tess, and Bex. I'm trying to do better with the names, and also you still pick good, easy to remember names. None of this fantasy bullshit. Okay, Rich, you know what your job is. You've been contacted the previous day and are now currently on the Somalia doing some pre-flight checks. What are you doing with your day? What has your morning been like?
So before she gets up and goes to check the ship, she'll probably get some food and something to drink, like a nice coffee and a noodle dog to start our day off. And she'll slowly walk from the cafe to the ship, just taking life in, because she's loving life.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about our old friend who made the ship, thinking it'd be nice to work with them again.
Mm. As you're walking down the street, you do see several people like walk into poles as you walk by because they're so distracted by your attractiveness. Like tripping over.
She just gives this huge smile and waves like that.
Yeah, like people get really embarrassed.
Four people walk into a wall.
Yeah.
Weird how that keeps happening.
Does this not happen to everybody? But yeah, with that, you walk back with your coffee. You wave to people you see. There's some dock crew that you recognise that have been just doing some slight work on the ship, just doing all the refueling things. I'm not sure how ships work in the Expanse universe. Science, I assume. So they're putting in the liquids it requires to make it go, and they're doing the things that they require to make it go. And you maybe supervise some of that. You recognise them. Some are belters, a couple are Martians. There's what you think there's an Earther in there as well. Yeah. Unless there's anything you want to achieve, I'll say that over the course of the next hour or so, people start arriving.
Is she aware of any of the crew that she's going to be working with?
You were given the names of 3 people in not so much a dossier, just like who they are. And again, you'd heard the tests, you knew that she designed the ship, you've spoke to her in the past. When you did Flyer previously, so the ship, the journey was fairly long, it was a couple of days, and it actually came up that she designed the Somalia, and that's a ship you'd heard of. Because again, it's a curiosity, the way it was designed was quite interesting. And you'd heard about it. It's like it's the talk of pilots. Oh, if you ever get to pilot this, it's really cool. So you've discussed it previously. So yeah, you would be on friendly terms. As for Rocco, you recognise the name. You think it's somebody you flew somewhere once or twice. He kept much to himself in his cabin at the time, but he paid, and he wasn't in any trouble. And Teddy, yeah, you remember him. Posh boy.
Oh, it's like kind of, oh shit. Even for a happy person.
He was very friendly, you remember, just like very friendly and almost oblivious to everything going on around him. But he's not stupid by any means, just like he was curious about everything, like impressed by everything, and didn't seem to understand the inherent danger of what a person like him just walking around with anyone would be.
A little sheltered, yeah.
Yeah, sheltered, yeah. But you didn't think there was any harm in him. You think he genuinely had a desire to help people and a desire to kind of see what life was like.
Yeah.
But you've also...
Yeah, she's thinking about the two of them, trying to remember who they were. Sort of right, don't mess this up when you meet them.
Now you know that the flight to Ganymede will take probably about 36 hours. Yes, Leon?
Teddy quite awkwardly wants is like waiting around to like make a statement kind of thing as like the leader kind of thing, but like
As the leader.
uh,
That's fine, mate, that's fine. We'll come to you 1 second, right? So, Rachel, you return the ship, and as you're there, you do actually indeed see Teddy, and as you walk up, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. Teddy, yeah? Bex is right there, go ahead.
could I get everyone's attention, please?
It's just Bex that's there, mate. So...
Hi,
Whoever's
Teddy.
refueling the ship as well, just got what?
the guy that is pumping the fuel looks round and is like,
It's okay, mate, don't worry.
It keeps refueling the ship. Looks over, like, then nudges a mate.
I just talk to him in Martian or whatever it is and just say he's the posh kid.
So, the response is like, it's very, very obviously that, yes. Make sure he has got somebody with him at all times, or else he will be kidnapped and ransomed for money. What I will say though is at this point, Rocco and Tess do. They approach from different directions, we'll say, just so like they're not really walking beside each other and they like awkwardly find they're on the same place. Like, oh shit! We maybe should have introduced ourselves. But yeah, he's all arrived, so we'll say you're all there and you're all standing in front of the Somalia.
Right. Hi. My name's Theodore. Well, Teddy. People call me Teddy. I've Bex has been my pilot before, so I know her.
Yeah, I'm Bex, everyone. Hi.
Bex.
I rudely interrupt and I say, Bex, where's my cabin?
Well, I haven't actually been on the... Yes, I've been on ship. 1 second. Just follow me, I'll show you around. And I'll take...
I know, I didn't know Teddy, right? And then just go straight to my cabin.
Well, I had an itinerary and facts about like Ganymede I wanted to say.
Are you an otter?
A what? Sorry?
Are you an otter?
Yes, Earther. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm from Earth.
Stupid otter.
Just to tell you guys a little bit about Ganymede. Ganymede had its own magnetic field, so Bex, you'll probably need to like.
Oh no, we've gone.
I'm assuming that Teddy is kind of like trailing you, kind of like.
Yeah, he's like following, saying this. You might
okay,
to,
that's
because
good.
of the magnetic field, you might need to consider that into your calculations. It's actually named after a Trojan prince that was kidnapped by Zeus and was made to be their cupbearer. But that's not really relevant.
Yes, Arthur, tell us, Belters, more about the belt.
Well, it's actually quite interesting because
that's her home. Yes.
It will.
And I have been there in a ship.
I know. I'm not trying to tell you anything about your
like catching the eye of other belters going on like.
But it's actually pretty cool because it was like the first like non-manned like largest satellite, and really should be like a planet considering it's larger than Mercury and Pluto, but because it's circles around like Jupiter, people consider it a moon. It's double the size of our own moon.
Our own moon.
My moon, my not yours. Never mind. Sorry.
This is the most wonderful interaction.
It's like he's trying really hard not to be fast.
I'm loving every second of this. This is great. Leon, you're a fantastic actor. You really are.
Seriously.
It's just you guys are all awful. It's so mean. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, she's awkwardly trying to get in. You go into Somalia, and the cabins as such, there's not like a layout of the ships. Actually, maybe there's a layout. Let's see if there's a layout of the ship. That could be interesting.
I would probably know it already, probably.
Well, you would, though. That's a very valid point. There is no part. Okay, so it is effectively cockpit pilot bits up the top. So like there's a pilot, co-pilot, and a couple other seats for like other sci-fi stuff you need up there. If you're in your cabins, it's like I forget the name of it they use for the Expanse, but effectively it's like a bed that when the ship's accelerating, it stops you from being smushed. So you really want to be in that most of the time when you're traveling, because if things happen, you get smushed real bad. Yeah, the cabins themselves are fairly comfortable. Considering what you're used to in the past, maybe you'll know this because you designed the ship. And again, it was a bit of an oddity. This is more of a rich person's kind of ship. So usually, the cabin inside would probably be 4 people in it. Don't get me wrong, it's small, but they would still stack a lot of people in these things because that's the point of the ships, is to get as many people to the places at once. But yeah, it's got like a little bit out for being in. It's got like it's not got a cooking bay or anything, but it's got like a little kind of screen on the wall. There's like areas for like cleaning yourself and that kind of stuff. The ship does have itself like a decontamination room and like a shower room, which is a separate thing, but just for like kind of washing your face and that kind of thing. There's a galley, which has got where you would do any kind of cooking or sitting to have meals and whatever. And then, of course, there's engines, engine rooms, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go too technical here because I don't know what spaceships look like. But that seems to be. I've said enough words about the ship, so you're there. Your rooms are all closable, and you can like close over the door and just be in privacy if you choose to be. So yeah, I'll say that you've boarded. You're in the kind of galley area, and if you want to continue, go ahead.
I'll look around to trying to like to see how everyone's doing the thing. So, have you guys ever been to Ganymede yourselves?
Time.
Yeah, I imagine Bex has been there. You know, Bex has probably been everywhere, right?
Yeah, pretty much actually. There's some wonderful places.
So,
Are you just gonna keep staring at him to like just let him just keep talking? Just the cruelest thing you can do to anyone that's nervous.
I'll
Logan,
just
what are you
okay.
doing?
Let me show you
Yeah.
your quarters, guys. This is the best bit to start at. Okay, and then she'll go and show you where you're gonna sleep.
I chill in the kitchen for a little bit.
Yeah, so you can hang out in the galley. It's almost got like a kind of like a recreation area. So yeah, you can. There is like the special space beds. There is areas you can kind of like sit. I guess there'll be a lot of kind of like very low gravity stuff in this because it won't have proper gravity. So I guess there'll be a lot of floating going on here.
Yeah, well, the tables and the surfaces, most of them will be like magnetized. So your cup, you can sit it down, but the cup has a lid on it, so the stuff doesn't come out.
Yeah. So like a lot of kind of like sippy cup effectively.
Yeah.
And like your trousers, I guess, will have some kind of metal in them or some kind of like thing that makes you be able to sit down. Which would be weird because like you wouldn't feel like sitting down, you'd be like being attached. Yeah.
You basically go clonk.
Have a button to touch yourself.
Kind of effectively, yeah. So Logan, yeah, you go into your room. You can store your stuff there if it's everything you want. It's everything you want. Do you want to communicate with anyone or talk to anyone or?
Nope. I isolate myself. I just chill in my room.
I just go. Wait a second. Here you go, and I'll give him some comrade alcohol.
She gives you the complimentary alcohol, which you can put in the fridge, I guess, the mini fridge you have.
I'll give you the good stuff though. It's gonna be a long flight.
Like nod, and then I just close the door.
That's it. It's like, this is pretty much the same interaction we had with him last time.
I'm wandering around the ship, muttering to myself like, "What have they done to you?"
Teddy's gonna go to his room and take out his 2 bags of toiletries and start like packing them up, kind of thing. And like he's not got enough room for them.
He has more moisturizer than I do. Yes.
Jet.
3 kinds.
So
you have to use them at different times.
Yeah. You got your day one, your midday one, and your evening one. And then the 7 other that you have to use in between them.
Rocco's just got a bar of soap. That would be him.
A bar of soap that is just covered in pubes. Not his pubes,
Wash
just
your
to clarify. So yeah, that all happens. As you all sit down and get settled in, a little bit of time passes. Mary, as you kind of inspect the ship, you do see some kind of repair work. There's been some kind of slight remodeling, maybe just to make it more modern looking in the last 10 years. Some of it, you're like, that's gonna decrease efficiency to that particular panel over there.
Like probably little bits of wiring out going,
Substandard. They were told they have to use 97% purity at least. This is only 96. But you go into the engines, you check them out, and you can see what's happening here. It's effectively filters and cooling agents are not being changed as often as you recommended, and that's what's maybe caused some of the issues. But it's stuff you can easily requisition. It's actually on the ship. It's just whoever they've had as an engineer has either been lazy or is maybe just not. There's just been some kind of son of one of the families.
This is utter work.
Yeah.
Possibly Mars.
So yeah, you all receive a message saying that you need to go to the galley for further information on what you need to do.
What's the galley?
The galley is just the main seating area, effectively just a space in the middle where you would eat meals and you would meet up, like a ship's galley. So as you go through. The information you've got now. This is not directly from Theododanis. This appears to be just being collected by the company itself. And what it says is that Kai Dardanis is believed to be on Ganymede. He has not taken any money from the family accounts for some time. His whereabouts are unknown. He's not contacted any friends of the family in that area for help or financial assistance or for places to stay. Which, of course, to you, Ted, you'd be like, what the fuck? That's like free housing. Why wouldn't you do that? However,
Is this a two-way call kind of thing?
This is just information that's being disseminated to you. There's not anyone on this one. This is just literally mission briefing. But because
Sorry, I was saying, looks like we're looking for a dead daughter.
However, something has happened. Kai's family codes were used on Ganymede to requisition or basically redirect a shipment of fine goods. Now, the thing about these codes is that there's a few things involved. They rotate, and he has been sent all the information. Like, even though he is not within the family, he is still his tablet device is still receiving it. But he's used some kind of system to stop them scanning it. It's basically getting sent to Ganymede, and he's getting it somewhere, so they can't track him. They just know he's on Ganymede. But it's biometric, and it's quite expensive encryption that the family uses. It's very, very hard to bypass. And it's been used in the last few days, and he's redirected, well, they believe him, has redirected the shipment to somewhere else on Ganymede. Now, the company can absorb this loss. It's a drop in the ocean to them. But to your average kind of criminal or punter or person, it's enough money to, maybe not so much start a new life, but certainly fund your lifestyle for a few months. You're talking in the tens of thousands of credits. So there's money involved, and they're fairly sure it's him. However, it could be under duress. So the information is all given in a kind of very formal way, but that is what you take from the information. So, Ganymede, someone's using his codes, and they're pretty sure he's still alive.
Okay, guys, so I think we best start moving.
To be honest, can I remember anything about Kai as a person?
Exceptionally good looking. Like
anything that they might.
He might be related.
Anything that they might enjoy doing, kind of thing, like hobbies or.
He was a big party guy.
He was a university student.
Yeah, he was a fake university student. Big party guy. Didn't really like being under the thumb. He liked being rich. He liked being taken care of. And he typically dated men that had older men.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but I remember when he was at university, there was talk of him and specific professors.
Oh.
Nothing ever happened. Nobody ever got sacked over it. But you had relationships with people, and like they seemed to enjoy themselves and they split amicably. Nothing ever seemed to come of it. You just like living.
I keep this to myself, kind of thing. Like in particular, but I'll say to the group, Kai, as much as he was a good mate, was always a little bit more reckless than others. Usually I like to stay out a bit longer than was needed, and what I'm trying to say is that it might be hard to find them through conventional means. I think we should probably maybe start with the redirected goods, trying to find where that redirection came from. I assume there must be some kind of like order that was processed, so maybe we can find out who processed that. And if there's anyone on Ganymede that is in the kind of party scene, I can more than assume that Kai will know them, or they'll know Kai. And then I sit back down.
Okay, so where do you want me to fly exactly?
Ganymede.
Ganymede.
Okay, right.
Is there a specific?
Look over it, like,
Get
Ganymede
yourself
is
nice and
quite.
comfortable, guys. It's going to be a long journey, and there is refreshment.
Oh my god.
Imagine
The
Ganymede is
exit.
quite.
I was going to try and do it.
I imagine Ganymede is
the airlock.
quite,
Go ahead, Leon.
I imagine Ganymede is quite large. Is there one location that we're going to, or how?
For the sake of expediency, we'll say that you're going to go to the main docking area on it. You may move around the city. The station is fairly accessible from the main docking area. It is a very large docking area, so let's not get too caught up in like locations like that, because we'll be here all fucking day.
Is
So
there
this-
anyone I know on Ganymede? Like any connections or that?
Well, let's get to Ganymede first and find out, because there'll be rules involved in that. But yeah, you
So
get to Ganymede.
Yeah.
This isn't actually on the moon. This is on like a station?
This is on a station, an unspecific station. I think we did say somewhere earlier on, but let's not worry about that, guys. Let's just fly to Ganymede. I will say it's let's call it a 32-hour flight. I'm not sure if I should get places in the Expanse world, so the appropriate level of time is what it takes to get there. I will say it's enough time for you to kind of like spend some time floating about and chat to each other, spending some time in your beds. If you want to say to anything to each other now, you can. If not, we can fast forward to you arriving at Ganymede.
I'm an only pilot, so I have to stay awake the whole time.
It's not quite as difficult as that. Effectively, what you do is you point the ship towards Ganymede and you press the go button, and then you just sit there, and then you can go. You can leave once the ship's
So
up to like
autopilot, got it.
More often than not, yeah, you'll do things. There's piloting involved, but only if you really need to. I mean, the thing about space is like where the planet is. You really just need to get.
If we
to
get
place.
attacked, I'm the maneuverer.
Effectively, yes. But
Okay.
you stick to shipping lanes. You stick to shipping beacons. You fly by other ships that are going the same direction. The system is busy. There's lots and lots of ships going lots and lots of places.
Every ship that goes by, I just send them a message saying, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Bex."
Yeah, they message back. I mean, the pilots and that do talk to each other. It's effectively like CB radio for the truckers. So you do the equivalent of flashing the lights at each other. You
Yeah,
like,
Morse code.
you honk the horn and like you send like shorthand messages. It could just be information about like what sails are on in places, who you've seen, ships that you've seen, any kind of thing that you would find of any interest to you. But yeah, you do that. Does anyone else want to spend any time doing anything?
Sorry.
On you go, Leon.
No, I'm all good.
I guess I'd basically get hands on with any bits of the ship that I felt like I should
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I go to my
a little bit better.
Well, hold on a
I go to
second,
my
Logan.
cabin. I drink myself to sleep.
Okay, I was saying we'll come back to you, but I guess you finished, so okay. Yeah, you go, you get bedded, you pass out. the ship is now piloted by no one, because I've just realised that Rachel's left as well. The ship hurtles
He's half a
towards...
pilot. It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, you go through it, and you do some checks in the ship, and you do some light maintenance and stuff. Nothing that's going to stop it. But once it gets up to speed,
Oh.
the engine is effectively cut, because once you're up to the speed you need to be, you don't need to do anything until the
It
thrusters
just
maneuver you.
keeps going. Yeah.
That's the beauty part of space. So
Yeah.
you do some light repair work. You spend a bit of time with the engine. I don't know if Tess is the kind of person that goes in front of the engine with a little kind of camera device, but
No.
you spend time getting to know
In the
ship.
background, I'm just like,
You spend some time getting to know the ship, and it is by and large, as you remember, and most of the work that's been done is up to what you would expect it to be. But there is bits and pieces here where they've clearly got like a journeyman in or someone that's not quite your level. And although you kind of complain the whole time doing it, secretly quite like getting your hands dirty.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoying getting hands on with things instead of just sitting in my office.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, you enjoy yourself. Time passes. Does anyone want to have any interactions, or does they want to get to know the other characters any better, or
Can I try and find Murray's character?
I don't know, can you? You go out into the ship, you hear some clanging noise from the engineering bay.
Hi. But
Like pop up from a bit of like plating that I've put aside to get into something.
sorry, I was trying
Yeah.
to say hi, but you couldn't hear me over the banging. Hi. Just want to say hi. I saw in your dossier that you actually designed this ship, and I thought that was pretty cool. Wow.
Yeah,
Do you design
it
a
is
lot of
cool.
ships?
I do.
Cool.
Do you want to ship?
No, we already have. But not maybe later. We have ships.
If you want a ship, look
my
up
parents have
ships.
ships. I don't have.
Well,
a
you
ship.
could have a ship. You could have a ship of your own. If you want.
saleswoman
cool.
coming out.
I'll pull up a chair kind of thing. Like, do you
A magnet chair.
what are you
That's what I imagine.
what are you able to like create? I heard this was like your first ship kind of thing, but what have you been able to make so far?
Oh, many ships. Many ships. The Cavalier, this ship, obviously. Mainly refit.
There was this I was actually on Eros for like it was like a layover kind of thing, and I saw this like docking ship kind of thing.
Yeah, ships
It
do
was-
dock.
It was a weirdly like mix ship. It was a mix between like an Earth ship and also like a Martian technology. It was almost like it had like a stealth quality to it kind of thing.
Ah.
I wish I had a picture of it. Can I like quickly like take out my notepad and like do a sketch of the ship that that Julie like came back onto Eros on
You
kind of thing?
absolutely can do that, mate. Of course you can.
He does like a quick like knock up of like what that looked like kind of thing.
Would I have seen this? Would I know who made this?
You recognise the ship as Martian built. They have specific lines that's military build as well. They always tend to go through. They've got the same kind of framework for a lot of different things. This one, when he says about stealth build, yeah, this one's built to be fast. It's built to hit hard, get the fuck out there, or hopefully not be seen at all. But you've not worked on it. I mean, military builds, you don't often deal with that. You're more private kind of stuff, or like cargo or whatever. But you've certainly heard of it. And you've certainly spoke to the engineers, because you sometimes go to engineering conferences and you talk to the people that built these things. You maybe even gave some pointers on about things that you could maybe try, because you are that good.
Like looking at it, going, this is Martian.
Is it?
Do you know the owner?
No, it was just some girl really. She looked kind of sick. I didn't want to bother her. But yeah, it's always like stayed in the back of my head ever since. You know, it's terrible what happened over there. You know, just getting like cordoned off and everything. I can't. It's pretty terrible.
What I will
Sorry,
say
go
is
for
that most of the stuff. No, actually, that's not true because I believe a lot of the stuff that happens when Eros gets broadcast and they can't stop it. So yeah, you do know what's going on because I've seen some of the broadcasts and it's some really fucking creepy shit. They do
Have
try
you
and
seen
block a lot of it.
Sorry. Have you
Right.
seen the broadcasts that have been happening? Like everyone on Earth has been talking about it.
I have
Not
seen
everyone.
news. she calls down from the front of the ship.
Everyone.
This is my ship, not hers.
I will say that you do have there is the ability to listen through the intercom at any point, so you can listen into anything you want to listen into.
Oh, she's listening to everything. You guys just don't know.
She's just got all the intercoms open. She's hearing like Rocco's snoring.
Snoring.
Yeah, like this wakes up Rocco as well, I imagine, or something.
It's all just blasted out constantly. It's not just
No, I'll do it on different sections, so it won't have, he won't have heard what I said. Don't worry, I won't have woke Rocco up. He could be asleep in the corner.
It was terrible. I suspect it was a terrorist attack from you. Put it bluntly.
Me, I didn't do any terrorist attacks. I don't.
No, but you know your kind.
Oh, you mean like
Wallace.
like Earth people?
Earth, Mars, same thing.
Why would they care about Eros? And then he realizes, like, kind of like what he says, like, not that Eros is bad, but like Eros is fine, kind of thing. But like, it's not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like Earth has like other problems, you know, like.
Yeah, problems that can be solved by belter goods and belter hard work and belter labor, as usual.
Well, not solve kind of thing, but like.
Look at you! You've never worked in your life.
I mean, I'm going to work eventually.
What even is this? This costume you've put on?
It's just, you know, it's dungareens. You know, it's what belters wear,
Dungareens.
right? it's basically like what like a rich art student would wear, kind of thing, or like I don't know.
It is workwear that has never worked. There are no scratches.
Fashion workwear.
I tried to, you know, wear.
Come here, come down here.
Okay. I kind of lie down, kind of thing, with
No, into here, get in here.
Don't get into a
grate.
hole. Don't do it.
Well, it looks quite, you know, tight in here. Kind of dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
I'm gonna try and squeeze in this.
Hold that! And I like point at a pipe.
Okay.
It's all covered in like pipe grease and stuff.
Do you have like gloves or maybe?
I give him a look.
Okay, I do it.
Stay there. I get out.
leaves.
Make sure you hold on to that. Very important.
Okay.
I go and like. Get
How long do I hold on?
Wait half an hour. Well done. Now put that pipe next to it and put them together.
It's not going on.
Harder.
Pipe, go on.
Jesus.
Like grab his arms and like.
He's waiting for it to like automatically do it.
I got the
Pipe, attach.
Use your own strength.
Oh, look at that.
Well done. I slap him on the back really hard. We'll make a belt out of you yet.
Yeah, it's not that hard when you put
I'm
your
gonna
mind.
like take some of the grease and wipe it down his front to make sure his clothes look a bit like he's worked.
Yeah.
I like this, yeah.
Yes.
So say that you actually continue, yeah, you do some light repairs on the rest of the engineering day, just like taking panels off. Mainly now you're just kind of like making him do things that don't even need to be done. This is just quite funny.
Yeah.
He does the work.
Yeah,
then
take
you
this
fix.
thing out of there, put it in there.
Yeah.
Now put it back again.
I would say for the most part, Teddy, you don't actually realise that you're just kind of doing the same things. Like she's making you stick a fuse for here, put that fuse over there, and then put exactly the same fuse on it. So yeah, it is literally monkey work. This is like the work you would give a child. But you get a bit
Oh, I give
dirtier.
my dog.
Yeah, you wipe some stuff on your face. And after a few hours, like you look like you've done a shift, and you're probably quite proud of yourself. And I'm sure that Tess is incredibly proud of herself as well.
Teddy
I'll be
doesn't.
telling this story in the bars for years.
Teddy is trying to keep his composure of like he's very tired and like kind of like sore all over from doing his first day of work in his life. But he tries not to show it until no one is like around.
I made
like,
him swap
that
a
feeling you
circuit
have.
with a P2 circuit.
That feeling you have, that is work. Well done. Go to sleep.
Tessa's gonna get a message from Beck saying, "Can you please fix all the shit you made them attempt to fix?"
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
We're having some problems.
I have literally been swapping LED bulbs for the last 2 hours. Like, nothing will go wrong. Do not worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you do that. You feel proud of yourself. I'm assuming that Rocco just sleeps his way through this. Time passes. I'm going to say again, we did say this is a fairly long set. So you do rest. Beck should come down. You will have to come out and eat at some point. You can choose to eat at the same time or not. It's entirely up to yourselves. Rocco, do you want to interact with your crew at all?
Aye. So then I'll walk out.
Okay, so I'll say that this is the following day that he's all rested and that and you've spent a bit of time with Teddy now and you realise that he is ultimately harmless and does generally want to understand it better, but just in a really tone deaf, naive way. Bex, I'll say you went in and checked to see what he'd done, and it turns out like she was effectively giving him like crayons and a colouring in paper that a restaurant would give a child. And
Okay.
He's worked real hard at it though, and
I fix a few things that I'm worried about.
Please put that bulb in tight enough. Okay, that's fine. It's okay.
Never let children in important areas. That you mix everything up.
But yeah,
Didn't let him near the engine.
And
he thinks that was the engine. That was not the engine. That was what controls the cupboard. And it was opens that one cupboard.
There was a sewer pipe, but we didn't really do much with that.
Please don't take him anywhere near the engine. Please,
That's
just
so mean.
avoid the engine. Anything else, just not the engine.
Yeah. In the
Or the
in the
breathing
morning,
thing.
The oxygen recycler, yes. I like breathing thing better though. That's what it says on the site.
Yeah, that's the sign in my ship is the breathing thing. It's not like the proper names for everything. The signs all just say random things.
Leon, you were trying to say something there, mate.
Just in the morning, in the main
Galley.
galley.
We've decided it's the galley.
That's the name for it.
Teddy will get out the kind of like medicine kit and all of the medicine that he has on that the team has on the ship, and he'll just make an inventory of it because that's what he knows he can do at least.
Yeah, I will say Teddy is actually a very intelligent person, and as he was doing the work test, you did realise that he was learning quickly, and you reckon if he'd kept this ruse up for much longer, he would have worked out that this was monkey work, but he was picking up things fast. He was a quick learner, and he's not stupid. He just had never done this kind of thing before. So yeah, he's wake up the next morning, or whatever rest cycle you guys choose to use. Yeah, he's making up for a meal, let's call it. Is there anything you want to do before you arrive at the... I'll say these are about maybe an hour out.
Logan's going to do something.
Logan, what do you do?
I'll wake up with a massive hangover and I go and sit and get food.
Good.
Oh, I gave you too much alcohol, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Sometimes I just get a bit too, excited about new trips with their friends, and yeah, shouldn't have done that.
Now, I'd like to point out, whenever Bex is talking to you, what happens is it goes, Dreamweaver, I believe I can get you through the night. So you don't actually hear anything she says. It's just like, there's like lights flashing behind her, and her hair kind of like spreads out behind her. It's wonderful. So, yeah, she said something to you. You float down. And you're having breakfast, yes? Is that you want to interact? Is that you want to say before you arrive? Well done for your fun little aside there, guys. You get extra points.
Yes, extra points in what?
I'm just making up some red kibble. Like, anyone want some?
There is freeze-dried noodle dogs if you want them.
Yeah, I'm trying to make my own noodle dogs for a change instead of just getting one like ready-made. You can say she's sort of she's never made food really.
I'm not
She
entirely
always
sure
just eats it on the go.
I'm not entirely sure how cooking works in zero gravity. To be honest, I'm assuming you put them in some kind of box, and then like some kind of thing happens, and then like the dog would come out, and then there would be like a packet you'd open with the bread.
Yeah, I've got
There's a
pressure
dog.
cookers and things, and it's fine.
I was
The
thinking
noodle
it was
dog,
like
I was
Squid Kids. It was like a
abbreviating
wee
it.
capsule, and it goes
I
in the
was
microwave.
very
and-
confused.
This small dog comes out.
And now I'm
The
thinking, why
dog.
the fuck is there a dog on the ship?
I'm just offering red kibble to everyone. No? Nah?
What is it?
Nah? Red
What is it?
kibble.
What's
Red
it taste like?
kibble.
What's it taste like?
She says, hoping you'll understand. What does it taste like? Take a bite if you want to know what it tastes like.
Is
Good.
it dog food?
Is one of the common food staples of the Belta people dog food? Interesting. There is no red kibble for you.
Oh wow!
Actually, no, I would know this. I'm smart, right?
You would know this.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
you're
would know this because you've been piloting all over this.
Yeah, I would know this. I
You'd
wouldn't
be
do that.
straight in
Rachel,
there with a red kibble.
me,
Like, rah, rah,
I'm
rah,
not
rah, rah.
smart. Never watched this
It's
before.
basi-
Have absolutely
Okay.
no idea what's going on.
It is like white kibble, but spicier.
Imagine it's just a cheap
think
food
that's-
that belters eat. That is what it is. It's got all the essential nutrients to make you not starve to death. White
Do you
kibble is
mind if I-
plain.
With some spices.
Do you mind if I would try some?
Of course.
Oh, cool. I grab a big handful, almost like two big handful.
Handful. I spoon it into whatever container we've got for you.
Oh, sorry.
In my mind, it was like peanuts as well, mate. But yeah, I mean, Minnie's really immensely enjoyed this, so I'm letting her do it.
All right, I spin it in my gob.
Is it
I
delicious?
say in Belter, is that what it is?
Belter.
I'll say, he's new at all this. He doesn't know what he's doing.
How much is obvious.
Good. Mm-mm.
Yeah. See? Almost a belter. Slap him again.
Right, I will
Rocco's,
read
had
you.
this
I will read you what this
Fumble
is, just so you know, right? I've got this on the interwebs. Okay, red kibble. Red kibble is a dish made of deep fried, heavily spiced red bean paste balls. So effectively, refried beans with spices in it.
That actually sounds alright.
I do that. Yeah, I'm to be fair, that sounds okay. Yeah, that sounds okay.
Logan, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, Rocco's had this fur bow and it looks like Teddy, he's like amateur. For, eating at least one.
I will give you the two flavours of kibble because this is very funny. You had red kibble. The other flavour is white, as Minnie said. White kibble is made from soy protein and mushroom base with cheese powder. It has a warm and peppery taste and cheesy aftertaste. A version
That
made
sounds
with
revolting.
a version made with fresh vegetables and bean sprouts is served on deep transfer station 3 in salt. So yeah, it is effectively mush, flavoured mush.
But
Yes,
it does not float into your air filter, which is good.
Liam.
Because Teddy's from Earth and he might have like more privileges on the Somalia,
Yes.
Somalia.
I don't know how you say that. I just like to correct people when they say things.
Isn't
You
Somalia
might have-
an actual place in Like,
a sommelier.
real.
Someone would say this.
Somalia.
A sommelier is like a wine taste, like a fancy wine person, and it's got maybe fancy foods to be fair. But I think it's a French word, and it's basically like fancy food stuff. And it's the reason it's called that is because the company that
There's
owns
a
this
place
is a
as well.
fancy food company.
No, Somalia is a place.
Oh, you
Not
mean yeah?
Somalia.
Somalia is
It
the Horn of
sounds
Africa.
like. I know it's not actually called that.
I think it's the Somalia. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Is that in Africa?
No,
Somalia is in Africa.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
You know what Somalia? You know what the dictionary says about Somalia? It's just a wine waiter. That's all it is. Nothing fancy about it at all. That's depressing. I thought it was a cool thing.
White wine, red wine.
There you go. There's how the
Oh,
word
with
is
the
spelled.
kibble.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Why kibble? Red
what
kibble.
wine would I pair with this red paste? You right, Logan?
Yeah.
Not you, Logan. Other Logan.
Logan.
My son Logan, not my other son Logan. Right, so yeah, two of you knew, three of you knew what red kill was anyway. And Leon, to be fair, once you remember, like, oh, you have had this because it comes in, it says red and white, but I'm sure there's various different types of this stuff you've got. It's the kind of thing that you get when people do direct you to the belter shops or
He
restaurants.
probably had the blue one.
Yeah.
That is for cleaning the toilet.
Was it
Definitely
be
had the
okay?
blue one.
Would it be okay if I cooked something for the crew that, like, from Earth? I might have access to.
Well, the
some
Somalia does
Earth
have
food.
access to some good foods, so some fine foods. Tis actually brought this stuff with her. Yeah, there is definitely there's somebody they've stocked up this ship that has got some nice things.
When he says
Yes.
earth food, you can just see Bex's face light up. Haven't had earth food in a while. What are you going to make?
Oh, well, my mum makes this a really amazing Italian spaghetti bolognese that she taught me. Well, no, she doesn't make it, but she tells people to make it. But it's real good.
It's not a woman that
and
makes it for us. Yeah.
my
I would
nanny.
very much like to eat that. Mm-hmm.
My
Earth
nanny.
food's great, guys. Trust me. Not like our food's terrible, but I do miss the food sometimes.
I always forget you can't.
Well, it's not the same as the noodle dogs. Noodle dogs are something different. Can't quite put my finger on it, but
Yeah.
can't get anything like them anywhere else.
Mhm. They really are our delicacy. They're the best foods in the galaxy.
Well, if they're prepared properly. If they're not prepared properly, it just looks like a piece of shit.
I'm going to tell you right now, they are not the best food in the galaxy. They are they're bad.
They are to
No,
us.
they're not.
They're required.
Also, we're in one system, so we wouldn't know anyway.
So I will say that Leon does. Teddy does take some time, and there is. It's not so much cooking from scratch, but again, this is a ship. But you know, there's packets of tomato-based sauce and some kind of meat product that is very high quality.
Dehydrated meat.
Yeah, because although this is for the ship, they do send very very high quality things that were sent to the rich. But this is again. It's just a try. This is just a fancy ship. But yeah, man, you know what? I'm going to say it is very good. Why not? Fuck it. Who cares? I'm not paying for it.
The only thing I'd add to it is that anyone watching him would notice that he probably knows what he's doing, but there's certain giveaways to him not cooking this a lot. For example, like he wastes a lot of food. That's like a giveaway kind of thing that he just takes for granted, and he isn't very good at the chopping kind of thing. He just does it quite slowly so that he doesn't cut himself.
Yeah, you're holding the knife wrong, just like that. There you go.
So, cheers, thanks.
I'm just watching him cook the food. Hurry up, hurry up,
The food
hurry up! I'm
float
hungry. I'm
off in
hungry.
the load.
But thinking that in our head,
I will say he uses all the appropriate equipment that you have to use in space to cook the thing, as opposed to a frying pan that things just keep floating away from.
one frying pan and another one on top.
Just quickly doing this to just kind of cook the food. Yeah.
You just go like this and it cooks.
It's like a frying pan, but it's like almost like he's fine. He does it and you eat it. And I don't know what you would roll for this, Leon. What is the stats that you could roll for this? I will say it's got a relatively low DC.
Can I use
Accuracy?
My focus know-it-all to use my intelligence as the ability?
100% can do that, mate. Give me 3d6. I'm going to say the DC is easy. It is a 10.
Well, I have intelligence on. I could just click on intelligence. I think.
I don't know, man. Let's find out what happens when you roll things in this
Yeah.
game.
Does that work?
Yeah, man, that works. That really works. You got 13.
Why did you roll 3d6?
That's how this game works.
I have
You rolled
4.
3d6, okay.
Basically, his base
I have 4 in my
intelligence his intelligence is 4. So that's his base dice. So he gets a 4 no matter what. Then 3d6 on top of that. 2 are his like action dice, and one's his stunt dice. So he passed that, and then the stunt dice got him, what was it, a 4? So the stunt points actually make it better. So like a 1's you just barely make something edible, and 6's you make the best thing ever. So a 4, solid, very, very tasty. Let's not get too caught up with the dice stuff, guys. I did read it. Also, I've drank a lot since then, so most of that knowledge is gone. Anyway, so yeah, that's fine. You have the delicious meal. You have the refried bean paste. Logan.
Have you been given the elf food?
Yeah.
Just there.
Uh-huh.
Rocco pulls a face and he's like pushes it back like I don't want that shit, and I go back to the red kibble.
That sounds like what you would do, yeah. I will say it smells very good.
I'll try some earth food.
It smells like shit to Rocco.
I'll hand Rocco a plate. Kind of. I played this up for you, if you want some.
I just like push it to like Bex or all that.
Wait, are
She
you
just
like?
takes it and just like mouthful. Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, he doesn't want any. You can. Are you still sitting just like kind of like aggressively eating the red kibble, or?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. Okay, absolutely fine. He doesn't want it. You maybe need to break down some barriers. Maybe spend some more time with him before you can get him to eat your earth stuff. But for some reason, he seems to have something against earth or earth food at the very least. But yeah. So we'll say that time passes. You have your meal. It is very, very tasty. You're all quite impressed. You hear some noises from the ship, which Rachel you recognise as not so much a proximity warning, but like not an alarm, but like a hey, you need to do things with the ship now.
Aha!
So you go back up. If you want to give me a pilot roll, you can give me a pilot roll just so you get to roll a dice.
12?
It was how many dice did you roll?
3. And then do you add your intelligence on?
Your whatever. Let's look at your pilot notebook.
Should I just roll it on screen?
You can if you want, yeah. What does your pilot
It might
come
just
under
be
again?
easier because. Sorry, what?
What does your piloting come under?
My piloting is a a talent.
Okay. Right, so you've got like a +2 plus your, is it an intelligence based skill or what did it say?
Piloting's intelligence.
Is it
Oh
like
shit, I
steady?
can't remember. Yes, it is Dex. That's it.
Okay, so it's 2 plus 4 plus. What was the first 2 dice you rolled?
A 5 and a 6.
Shit, okay, yeah. Yeah, fine, yeah. So you want to roll 2 dice, is that right?
Well, no, I rolled 3, but the first 2 I rolled was
5 and a 6 plus your 2, so that takes you to 13 plus another 2 takes you to 15. What's the third dice?
That was just a 1.
Well, you do it. And you do it. It's what's called like your drama dice is what this game calls it. So yeah, you successfully dock the ship. You more than beat the DC, but without any real flair to it. Just it is docked. You make the
I'll
correct
just
calls.
use the.
You phone the people that you need to check in with. You give them all the information they require, and you dock.
Number 379216.
Better be writing that down because you have to do that every time now. 397216. Probably. I don't really remember.
39726.
Definitely not what I said. Okay.
What did you say?
I don't remember. Don't worry about it. I was only pretending. But yeah, write it down. It'll be funny. Like just every time do a different number and see if anyone notices. So yeah. What I'll say is that now that you have landed in Ganymede, you connect to the local network. You have some information, and now that you're in this area, you can start your search. Who has skills they would like to use? You can each try something. I think Logan has his hand up for some reason, so he can go.
Can I know anyone on Gallifrey or whatever?
Ganymede. I don't know who you Ganymede. Well,
I don't know about that.
Well, tell me what skills you're using, mate. Tell me how you're doing this. Walk me through it.
I use. Oh, what was that skill? I had another skill, but I didn't write it on the. Never mind. Knowledge. I use my knowledge to see if there's anyone that I'm in contact with, because I know people.
Okay. So anyone you know. Okay. Yeah. I'll say you know some people. You've got a couple of contacts. Guy that works in the dock, you know. Kip was his name. You might know if somebody's gone by. I'm going to say that. What are you looking for? Give me some more information. Tell me what you're doing.
Ask them about have they heard about Kai in any way. Like, I give them the description. Have they seen him like neat like anywhere?
Okay, so you give the description you've been given of Kai. Okay, so just a description of Kai and the full name that he might be using, yeah?
And if there's anything unusual happening, like there's been like people passing through it, doesn't know what like they belong here or anything like that as well.
Okay, interesting. Roll me. I'm going to call that an intelligence. And then +2 for your knowledge.
So I go at.
You got 11.
11.
Okay. Okay. 11. He says that he remembers a guy called Kai coming to you a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was throwing some money around. He was going out partying, but he's not heard much of him since. He's not moving in the same circles as that guy. If you give him some time, he can maybe get back to you. But we'll come back to what you've done there. Who else is trying something? Oh, actually, I'll give you one thing actually, because that was enough. He said he thinks that he was working. He ended up he spent all his money quite quick. She remembered him coming in and then partying with some of the kind of the locals, and then he ran out of money within a short amount of time, and he had to start working somewhere. He thinks he went into sex work.
Is there anyone on Ganymede that would have been maybe in the same like party scene back on Earth? Any connections that I might have?
So you're looking to kind of connect with like the local kind of fancy boys, any kind of party type guys in this kind of similar situation to yourself, yeah? Yeah. What skills you got to use for doing this?
I want to pretend like I'm Kai, and I want to go up and say to like a localer, belter kind of thing. It's like, hi there. I am just a tourist from Earth, and I'm looking to get down. get me?
Just a random belter.
Just a random belter.
Are we all watching this?
Fella.
I was going to say.
You guys can either have struck out on your own, or you can be doing stuff in the ship. You can be using the local intranet kind of thing. You can be set. That's why I'm asking specifically how you are doing this. Logan having like contacts with kind of like the local kind of outsider class has been like talking to dock workers. So although it was Kip he went to, he connected with other people, and that's where he's got some more information. This is all taken place for a few hours. This hasn't just been like spoke to one guy. He had the information. So what I'm going to say is in Teddy's case is he's went with a bit of money, and he's went and like spoke to like various belters. He's like guys that are kind of looking suspicious, like they might be dealing something. He's went and spoke to like randos.
I don't really think that we should follow him because he seems like he's going to get in trouble.
If you want to have kind of like stood behind him and been like, he's with me, it's fine, then you can have done so. That's fine. If you just
I've noticed him heading off on his own to do something and be like, should we follow him?
I will say that Logan, Rocco definitely struck off on his own immediately and just kind of shouted
Yeah, I'm
back.
not worried about him. He
Yeah.
seems competent. I'm worried about the guy who's flashing all the money around and doesn't know anything.
Yeah, so I'll say that Rocco just said, I'll get back to you, and then you all kind of trekked off together. And
I was gonna just go to a random local bar and use my attractive talent and try and just like start like talking to people, then like flirting and stuff, which I will not do because I cannot.
I like what you're doing. We will come back to you because I like where you're going with that, but we'll come back to that in a second. We'll let Leon finish his thing first. Okay, so Tiss and Teddy go off and you watch him do things that will maybe get him killed. But you're beside him and like you act as very belter, like almost like you're kind of his minder or something.
Oh bless.
I'd
So-
probably notice
Who's guide?
this isn't working kind of thing.
I never said it's not working. I want you to give me a roll. So what are you using for this? You said what is the skill you want to use for this?
I have a persuasion focus within communication.
That's exactly what I hear. Yep. So I'll say that, the first few people you go to are just like, I don't know. But eventually you find someone, Chike, and they say to you, look at the party. And he kind of looks you up and down and kind of like, the kind of like the 1 day worth of work on you, but it's more like the face structure, the kind of like the really nice teeth, the well groomed facial hair, the nice hair, the soft hands without calluses, like, yeah, okay. Give me your persuasion roll.
Okay. Four, 5, and 6.
Yeah, your total was 20, mate. You smashed that. Okay. They basically they look at you and then they look at the test and they say, fancy boys like this, they're looking for the Bordello district.
Bordello district.
Yeah, last guy like him that came along was looking for. I think he ended up working at La Cage.
This guy I mentioned, did you get his name?
Looks at you. I don't remember his names.
That's
Fancy boy, we
cool.
call him Cholo.
Fair. Is there anyone in Bordello I should speak to in particular?
You go there, you have good time. You give them money. My sister
Oh,
works
it's
there.
that kind of place.
Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
blow up the shine.
You look for Longbone.
Alright, yeah. Cheers,
It's
Delta.
assuming things, but anyway, yeah, walks away for you. Okay, so yeah,
Thanks.
so you have
I
information.
say-
Some Bordello, La Cage was the name you were specifically giving. That was the last place they had of a fancy boy like you. Rachel, you go to the local bar at the pilot bar, and you start asking around. First of all, I want you to make an entrance. So, what is your entrance? I think this is like some kind of what's the fun role you get to make for your entrance?
don't know what after all.
Let's have a look. I guess this is going to be like a communication thing. So it's going to be like persuasion, isn't it? That's what you're good at.
Communication. Okay.
Right, you get a bunch of pluses to it. What'd you get?
17.
So you walk in.
I got 3 5s.
So you walk in. Dreamweaver, I believe you can get. You know.
I'm just imagining she walks in, she takes off her pilot sunglasses, and everything goes slow motion. She just like shakes her hair out. There's light
That's what
behind her.
always happens, Mary.
Every room you go into, this is what it's like, and it's like, you know, this is just how you enter a room. You don't know why people are like always like so like they're making a big deal about it. You're like, no, this is just how I enter
The
rooms.
person at the piano stops.
It's just, hi guys.
Hi guys. Winks. Several people faint, men and women. You're like,
Some people just have to leave. They're just like, oh my god.
It's too much. It's too much.
it's like, I can't look at the building now. Yeah, you go over and you pick. You know, you know, in a room like this, you know who to speak to because you just got a sense for these kind of things. People would be able to give you information. And you go back and forth, and just based on the entrance alone, you chat about not so much giving away information on the job, but just this guy you've been working with. You need to pick him up. He owes you some money. I'll let you up, this. I'm not doing it for you. You don't have to be all sexy like, but just tell me what you would say.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Yes, I'm looking for a friend, and well, a friend-ish. You know, he owes me some money. I'm not a tax collector, don't worry.
I
Who
will pay
likes
you
them?
taxi. I will pay the money. I will give you the money.
Oh yes, please. I'll have some money, but also I would really like to find him.
Like all of a sudden, there's
Specifically.
like 7 free drinks have appeared in front of you.
You know, I'm only going to be able to drink half of one of these because I have issues with the. No, I'm not going to drink it.
8
Okay.
more drinks appear when you said you have issues with alcohol.
Should have known that was gonna. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking for my friend Kai.
I can be
And-
your friend.
Maybe another time.
3 women
and,
also say they could be your friend as well. You also
Yep,
see a woman in the corner room trying to toss her hair back like you. It just doesn't work as well. Anyway, continue.
I just do that.
Just every time. Glitter kind of flies out your hair.
Oops.
We'll get my glitter back. Anyway, continue.
Yes, I was told he had work around here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but I'm on the lookout, and I just thought I'd ask you wonderful people, you know, if you'd heard of him, seen him,
You see
know
there's-
someone who knows him.
You've got a precision. I'm not a big role guy, so we'll just based on your entrance alone, and you do spend time just like really sweetly interacting with these people, and just your natural attractiveness. They are desperate to find this. So you see people like, "You must hear something. Who is this guy?" And like people are like, "Wait, I remember." And you indeed get the same information given before. That a fancy boy did come through from Earth who didn't really want to talk about his past, but they're all pretty sure he started working at La Cage in the Bordello district, and he was a sex worker.
Okay. Do you think he was happy in his job?
A lot of frantic whispering again. We should tell something. I don't know. I didn't know he used the sex workers. I don't know. What should we ask? We want to see something. We want to be afraid. We want to stay here. The answer they give you is that they eventually come to the conclusion that he appeared to be happy, but they don't frequent those kind of establishments, so they don't know.
Fair enough. Well, best be off. I have some friends I need to meet.
32 more drinks appear in front of you. And
You know,
a-
you guys, there's probably enough for every single person in this room to have a free drink by the looks of it. I'm going to have to leave, though. I'll see you another time. I flick my hair and walk.
3 more people faint. And so you walk out of the room, and you hear like there's some sobs. People are broken by the you leaving.
I close the door and like pull a wedgie out my bum.
Now, Rachel, was that too much or was that fun? I don't really like putting any undue pressure on you.
It was fine.
That's fine. I just like to
It's
make
fine.
sure. Because I hate when people do stuff like that with my characters. I'm like, no! Like, get to the
No, that was
shreddies.
okay.
That's fine. As long as it's
I just
silly, it's
make
alright,
it
then yeah.
awkward sometimes.
That's cool. Right, so yeah, you walk out, fart loudly, and pull a wedgie out your bum. No! Too
So
far.
attractive.
Yeah. It's very
I
attractive.
had to make it like,
Make it weird.
Yeah.
Logan, did you stick your hand up there?
What's that?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Ew.
Ah, your hand at your bum. Right. Anyway,
Go
so
brush your teeth.
use connect each other, and you say you kind of pull your information, and what you have found out is that he definitely worked there. Logan, the extra information that you find out
Yeah.
is that he, not you, Logan, that's Logan.
Tell
Is
me
that
the
he did go there. He did go to the cage. He was working in the industry, but he disappeared a while ago. Alex, read that. Don't sad face me. It's 10:15. Why are you even up? Should be in bed.
Good night, Dad.
I thought so. Just looked at the time and was like, wait a minute. But
He
yeah,
was trying it on.
yeah. I bet you the moths fell asleep, and that's why they're still just cutting about the house now.
Oh, blame the missus, yeah.
Oh, I'm not there. So yeah, it appears that he's working in La Cage. Would you like to?
Wait, what was the extra information that I found out? You didn't say.
That he has not been seen in La Cage for a couple of months.
Yeah, he said that.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, guys, we've got to go to a district called.
Just the red light district, just the kind of brothel district.
It's the red light district, guys. Let's face it, that's a place from Earth. You'll not know what I mean, but it's cool.
Now,
Everybody goes there.
I will say that although you have gained a lot of information specifically about this, there was something else that you talked about on the ship. Just throwing that one out there because you're new to this game.
We talked about something else on the ship.
That's something else you're going to look for.
Like what?
Well, there was that his
His
codes were
code.
used
His
to
code.
redirect some goods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
code.
Where was his code used exactly?
Someone used them, but it's not him.
Someone used
Well-
them on
well,
Ganymede.
They're
Where
they,
would
they
they
were
have used them though? Like a
biometrically
machine
locked,
or?
though, weren't they?
I'm not sure. Well, you'd probably know that better than the rest of us.
I mean, what you knew was that
It was
his
called
codes were
shipment,
used
wasn't it?
and they were redirected.
Yeah, it was
But that's not what he's
redirected.
really. That's not what he's asked. He's
Oh.
asked me where this guy was. That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking if you want to continue that part of the investigation or you want to go straight to the red light district. I'm not stopping you. I'm saying that you brought it up, so that's why I thought I'd mention it.
Oh, right. So yeah, I'd probably want to because I'd know about a little bit about shipping and stuff.
Mhm.
Probably. So I'd probably want to find out if I could find out something about that.
We might find more about if we go to the cage. Not that Rocco would love to go to the cage.
Right,
No,
you can go straight
Rex
to the
doesn't
cage
want to
if you
go there either. Mm-mm.
Are we all together at this point?
I'll say that you've met, but you've messed each other and you've pieced together. You've all went to different sources and got more or less the same information. Not worked in the cage for 2 months, but he did work there. The person fit his description. It all seems to piece together, but that was a while ago.
So if I want to go off and see if I can find anything out about the diverted shipments,
Mhm.
would I go to the docks themselves to do that, or would I
I would say
look
that
on
based
the system
on-
somehow?
You would look in the system somehow, yeah. Just use of communication. There is people you can speak to. I mean, it's not hard to get shipper
Yeah.
manifests. All ships are supposed to come in and declare what they have on them. That's so it's not so much public fine goods, equipment. They wouldn't be like I had each individual thing, but there should be some kind of record, especially seeing as you were given the information.
So it was stuff diverted to here.
It was stuff that arrived here and then was diverted from where it was supposed to go. So it was meant to stop here
Oh, yeah.
and then go somewhere else.
Right.
But it stopped here.
And stayed here.
and then did not go to the place it was going to. I think
Yeah.
I imagine it was more like a freighter was dropping it off, and another freighter was going to pick it up and take it to its location. But
Right,
instead, when
okay.
that freighter got here, it just wasn't there.
So I think I'd go and try and find out the names and the like registrations of the freighters involved, and
I-
who was like in charge of this.
Okay.
Did
Yeah. Okay. So give me a communication role. This would be some kind of instant investigation role,
Oh.
or a business or technology role.
See, I haven't filled in a lot of my sheets, so I don't know how this works. The only thing I've got in communication is etiquette, so I don't think that's going to work.
You can just give me a straight communication role. I'll also say that based on how much you described it there, you're also going to get a bonus to this based on the fact that you have the information you were given it in the communication you received. So like its serial number, the ship that came in. I'm not going to get bogged down in the ships that came in on because that's a bit too much. But just you have a lot of the shipping information anyway. So if you
Right,
just give
so
me
just-
basically a flat communication role, and I'll work out what bonuses you're going to get.
Okay, see if I get anything. Is that it? Did that do it?
Taylor
No, I'm
Grove.
not getting anything.
9
That's-
you got.
That's
She got
216.
We'll call that. Well, you've got a 10, right? So that's not bad. You plus your communication, plus you get some bonuses because you had the information. So we'll call it you got +2. But
Okay.
fine,
Well,
that's pretty good. Yeah. What you find out is that the Amaleith Ambrosials regularly ships through Ganymede, which you kind of knew already.
okay.
You might want to look into discrepancies in local shipping. So basically, what you found. Let's see if I can find something else there. No, that's not good. Not really much. So yeah, it's more or less what you know already. Oh wait, but if you want to look at the discrepancies in local shipping, you'd have to head to the docks.
Right. That's what I wondered if I'd have to
So
go to the
you've
docks at
got-
some point.
2 locations so far. You've got the La Cage and the docks.
Mhm. Okay.
Let's see.
So should we split and then I can go to the docks. Someone else might come with me if they want, but
I feel like I should go at the cage myself. That sounds so creepy, but not in a creepy way. Because
I
feel
should
like,
go to the sex worker place by myself. Just to clarify.
Come
I
in
feel like it's
too.
gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a rough place, and I feel like Beck can't
I-
really go there
I-
because
I-
everyone's gonna be attracted to her.
I feel like I would like to have Bex with me because she might be able to get stuff out of the people at the dock that I won't be able to.
Okay.
I feel like people would try and kill Teddy, so
I'll say to Rocco, Rocco, I kind of feel like I should come with you, you know, just to,
Yeah.
you know,
You have immediately split into the same teams that you were in Blade
I
Runner.
know.
Oh yeah. Wait.
and
that's what I was
with that,
thinking.
I mean,
Well,
the boys and the
not my
girls.
choice.
Okay, that was
I
weird.
blame.
By my
I
choice.
blame Scott. If he was
So
here,
do I actually.
Yeah, I would blame him.
But what we'll
Although
say is
we do love you, Scott, so don't worry.
yes, and we're sad that
Except-
you're here.
And we miss you. You should
It's
be
kinda-
here.
we do miss Scott. It's kind of
Although if you are asleep,
You obviously
Sure.
didn't do
have
that.
a nice sleep.
Always
Yeah.
a good sleeper.
Yeah.
What I'll say is it's 10, so we're probably just going to end it there. I'm going to say Team Rocco and Teddy are heading to the Fuck Palace, and Piss and Bex are heading to the docks.
We should go there and they should go to the docks.
we're literally doing the same thing as well, because I'm pretty sure Haggerty,
We went to the club,
Haggerty,
Snake Pit.
and
Yeah, and we went
to
to the
the snake
bloody.
That's
pit.
right. You just went to the
He
bar.
was-
That's right. They
Yeah,
went to
that's
they went
so
to the like the kind of technical. Yeah, that's weird.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Except it's kind of the dynamics have kind of shifted. Like he's the one that kind of like hates, or no, it doesn't hate. I Pickett didn't really hate Haggerty, but it's the shows on the other foot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you point out. I mean, it's like a lot of weird
You're
dynamics.
the odd
there.
one, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So anyway, we'll call it there for tonight. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a fun first episode. To be fair, I enjoyed that very much.
I think Tiss and Beck should go to the red light district.
I'm going to say, if all 4 of you want to go to the red light district, you can. The problem we'll have with that is there'll be 2 people doing some role. I mean, you can all do some interactions. What I'll say is that if you are interacting with the red light workers, then the DC goes down as you all, depending on how you do it. But you'll need to discuss how you are going to do it. Because like, if one of you goes in like, fuck you, tell me where he is, and everyone's like, oh, I want to be your friend. Then you need to work that out beforehand.
I could just go to the docks on my own, and they could all go.
I don't want to
It'll be
leave
fine.
them
The
there as well.
advantage though, like for the
Well,
cage.
that seems like
because
stuff we can work out off stream, guys. So anyway, thank you very much for anyone that ever watches this. Actually, it was a lot more fun running it than I thought it was going to. I do like the way it works out. There's lots of clues and stuff to find, and I quite like the way that's done. We'll be playing D&D tomorrow with Ricciardo. My final game of Demon Dogs will probably be on Wednesday if that goes ahead. So I won't be doing that in future stuff. That's all I've got to plug. Is anyone got anything they want to plug or say or do?
Just the game
Not
tomorrow.
right now.
Yeah, come watch us tomorrow. We're gonna have fun. Try and find some changelings. Finally.
Yeah.
Well, me and Leon are screwed because we have so much exhaustion that it's like, yeah, we can't really do anything.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely screwed.
I really want to go up a level. But it is what it
We
is.
leveled up last week. Oh,
What?
sorry.
Yeah, we're all level 7.
Yeah, we
now.
leveled up last week.
Why did no one tell me?
He actively said it on screen. Like, I don't know what you're talking
Richard
about.
literally said, "Yous have all leveled up now, except Lee, who'd already leveled up the session before."
That's correct.
I swear you don't listen.
I didn't hear that.
Do you know? Like, what happens if you go up a level? Does it make you not exhausted anymore?
It would
Probably just get
technically, but
something cool.
I feel that Richard won't do that, but that's okay.
What, like you have like an ability to be exhausted? We'll see, because
I know that when you level up, you're meant to like.
Oh, like brah, like yeah, everything goes out in the head.
I
It
don't think
doesn't
that's
work that way.
works.
No, it's not like Dragon Ball Z. Right, so yeah, come
It's
watch
not
us
like
play.
a game.
Yeah.
Phew.
Come and watch
Level
us do
up,
many other
everything's fine.
streams. Yeah.
Full health.
Come and watch us play other games. We played lots of stuff now. We've done Alien, we've done Blade Runner, we've done Mutant, we've done. Oh wait, I just named the 3 that I done to completion. Other stuff we've done to completion.
We did Terminator.
That's true. That was a special we did do. Good point. We did do Terminator to completion. We've done and there's a bunch of one shots that I done to completion.
Mutant.
And Mutant we done to completion. Yep.
Mutant.
Scott's also done a bunch of stuff.
That
to
was so
completion,
good.
I know. I miss Mutant. I can't wait to get back to it. I will get back to it soon though.
If you haven't watched it, guys, go and watch us play Mutant.
Watch Mutant.
It
Episode
was
5
so
is
much fun.
great. Anyway, but Meg's an artist. Buy her stuff. Logan is not an artist. Don't buy his stuff. Leon has got nice hair, and Rachel is wearing like a turtleneck tonight, which really threw
I
me.
am indeed.
She wore a turtleneck. I was like, oh, she wore a turtleneck. That's interesting. I don't know why. But it's just like, someone's wearing clothes that they don't normally wear. I'm wearing a vest. I got this out of Peacocks. I like the way it fits because I feel it doesn't show any nipple, which I feel is a bit too much.
I love it. Look.
Look, no nips. Anyway, right, cool. Right, so much love. Thanks very much. Very disappointed that none of the rest of Sonic Chick even came and said hello tonight. But on the flip side of that, we were like almost
you
half an hour late
fuckers.
starting.
Okay,
So-
they're not going to say that.
Anyway, much love, and we'll see you next week for what's happening here. Bye.
Bye,
Wait,
guys.
somebody did come in.